And welcome back for another time today. This time I'm gonna bring you something different. Something that I've been meaning to do for a while, which is, in the overall scheme of things, to bring game related content to the channel. I've brought a sort of gaming theory with my Alduin and Acknowledge, a comparison between Alduin from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. But this time around I bring you an anime game, or anime/manga game. And I talk you about the Seven Deadly Sins Knights of Britannia, the upcoming PS4 game that is due to release early 2018, which couldn't come sooner enough. Now, we already have a trailer that was revealed last week on the Anime Expo of 2017, which is just a 55-second trailer. It shows all the scenes and their symbols. Nothing really much on that, just a sort of a confirmation that we'll have all scenes in the game, I assume. We then see some CGI, I believe, with Hauser's Rising Tornado, again, I believe. I don't remember, however, who has the power to, raise rocks from the ground, because Gil Thunder has the thunder magic, Hauser has the wind. Who has the Diane, maybe? I don't remember her doing that, but maybe it is. We haven't seen her in the images or in the CGI. We then see Hawk, Ban, Meliodas. We see Merlin, which is very good because it states that the game will, at least if they follow the original story, the game will at least go past Hendrickson's saga or arc. We see what is possibly. We see King, we see all the scenes, we see Gotham. The only scenes we don't see, in the trailer at least, are Escanor and Diane. We do, however, and the trailer just ends, it's a very short trailer, but I'm sure we'll get another soon enough. We have some images as well. By the way, I will have the link I am following this on. It's a link from Silicon Era. It's a very good site. I usually follow it for anime related gaming stuff. And they have a very good page system for all the different games. Now, in terms of images, we see one image, and revealing a very important character, we see King versus Arthur. The map, I do not know which map it is, but yeah, we see King versus Arthur, so that's two characters, King and Arthur. We see Meliodas in a sort of Muso level, which then begs to me that this is going to be a sort of a Storm game. You know Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. I believe it will be something along those lines, with a little bit of Muso elements mixed in it. There's Meliodas against that captain from the beginning, which I don't remember his name, the guy who died while trying to get the Mana fight. He exploded without even being able to attain the power of demons. So that'll be a very quick fight, I'm assuming. That'll be the very beginning of the game, I assume. We see then what appears to be the world map and Hawk Mama, so I believe that's how we'll move from level to level. We will go around with Hawk Mama, just visiting the various levels throughout the Seven Deadly Sins story. Whether it's the original story or whether it's the manga story, manga/anime story, or an original story, is yet to be seen. We then see 4 images at the Boarhat's Inn. We see Elizabeth and Hawk just sitting around, and then we see the first image of Diane, Diane staring through the window at King, and then we see a pan out of Elizabeth bent on a table. We see Ban just wasted on the balcony. Whether if this is a story scene without the subtitles yet and the rest of the HUD, or if it's another gameplay mechanic that we are not yet aware of, well, it remains to be seen. There are sadly no more news about the game. Usually these anime games, they just every so often, once a week or something, they get a brand new piece of news. So this was from July the 1st. So mayhaps, and there I am looking at the calendar, you guys know how I am. So mayhaps, oh, and I'm still at June. No wonder I was getting the date wrong. There we go. So mayhaps around the 8th or the 9th of July, we will have some more pieces of news. And I might do a video on those as well, if you guys wish me to, or if the news do so allow me to, because it may just be a scan or something, and I might just comment it on the live reaction of the chapter, which is also a very valid idea. Now, I've said that I think that this game will be sort of like a Storm game in its majority, because I believe it will be a 3D fighting game. There's no way around it. The trailer, the images, they clearly stated this is going to be a 3D action fighting game. I believe that then at certain points there will be Muso stages. Not the Muso stages we are accustomed to in Dynasty Warriors, in One Piece Pirate Warriors, Hyrule Warriors, all the Warriors / Muso games we are accustomed to. They will not be that grandiose, because the Seven Deadly Sins story doesn't add up to that. It doesn't allow for a full-on Muso game, because there's no grandiose battles to be had against thousands and thousands of enemies, much like Berserk, for instance. There's a Berserk Muso now, the Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. That game looks amazing. I still gotta play it. There's the Harlem Senkin Muso as well. There's all of that. So I believe the game will be that sort of game, a 3D fighting game with some Muso stages here and there. Character-wise, so far we have 5 scenes, or I believe we have all 6 scenes except Escanor. So we have the 7 scenes. Escanor will be in one way or another. He has to be in. If Merlin and Arthur are in, then Escanor is bound to be in. It would be very bad if he wasn't. They claim in one of the first news, they claim that we will be able to sort of play with Elizabeth and Hawk, but I highly doubt that. I mean, Escanor, Elizabeth is a possibility, but there's the European trailer as well, which is the very same. It's just stating that Namco Bandai Europe is working on it. There's a description for it, if you'll allow me. Based on the popular manga and anime series The Seven Deadly Sins, The Seven Deadly Sins Knights of Britannia is the first action-packed adventure video game on console based The Seven Deadly Sins. It is a legendary gang of rebels who have been blamed for overthrowing the kingdom of Leones, not Leones, without the E in the end, and are hunted by elite guards called Holy Knights. When a young girl appears with an earnest witch in her head and a determination to find the Seven Deadly Sins, the world gets turned on its head and an extraordinary adventure begins. So, it's basically the description for the anime or the manga, if you follow it from the start. So, characters-wise, we'll have the Seven Deadly Sins. We will have Arthur, as it seems. Let us count Hawk and Elizabeth just for the sake of it. We will have possibly Gil Thunder, Hauser, maybe Dreyfus and Hendrickson. Again, Dreyfus, well, they can have him in, and until Hendrickson's saga, we thought Dreyfus was the good guy. But surprise, surprise, he was actually being possessed by one of the commandments. That's another idea. Maybe we will get the commandments. Who knows? We don't know how far the story will go, so we might as well have the commandments, because I don't think the anime will relaunch anytime soon. So I think the time frame for us to get the commandments animated will not coincide with the release of this game. So either they follow an original story from the point of Hendrickson's arc, and so we defeat Hendrickson in the game, but that's not the end. We keep on with an original story. mayhaps not about the Ten Commandments, as it wasn't right away about the commandments. The commandments only appeared a few arcs later. We had Ban's solo journey to the Fair King's forest, for instance. We have a sort of training with Meliodas and Elizabeth and the Holy Knights. We had a lot of bananas going on between the Ten Commandments and the Hendrickson arc. So maybe they'll put that in, and maybe they'll end the game with a grandiose reveal of the Ten Commandments, and that will set the stage for a future game of the Seven Deadly Sins, because that's how these anime games go. Like, we know that sooner rather than later another will follow up until there's no more story to follow. It was like that with the Naruto games. There was Naruto Storm, bam, a few years later Naruto Storm 2. Naruto Storm 2 ended in the Pain arc, bam, a few years later we had Naruto Storm 3. I'm not counting Naruto Storm Revolution or whatever it was called. I have the game worst purchase ever. And then we had 4, which I haven't bought yet. We had 4, which finalized the story. It had the DLC of Boruto, and they'll probably do a Boruto game in the future with the anime. One Piece Pirate Warriors, they had the first one, which focused slightly on the first half of the story. Then we had 2, which was very good, with an original story. Then we had 3, which focused on the beginning all the way to Dressrosa with a non-canon ending. I am still waiting on 4. I don't count Burning Blood as a One Piece game. That game does not exist to me. I don't like it. But anyway, this is it. These are my opinions for now about the 7 Deadly Sins, Knights of Britannia. We don't have a very solid idea as of yet, because again, there is not a lot for us to base our opinion on. We just had a few images, one trailer, 2 if we count the European version, but it's not really counted. So yeah, we had one trailer, the revealed trailer, and the European version of it. We have a few images who show us some characters. The degree of playability is misleading sometimes. I remember when I was following the release of One Piece Pirate Warriors, I thought all characters would be playable, but surprise, surprise, like, the first game only had 13 playable characters, so for all we know, this game may only have like the 7 sins playable just for the sake of it, which I doubt it will have. I believe they will find some way to chug in as much characters as they can, within reason, of course. They will not put every single Holy Knight we were presented to playable. For instance, I don't believe that this first captain is going to be playable, like, unless they just make him a grunt attack and then a special that is that gigantic cut which cut the whole forest he used in the very first episode, because the guy just wasn't worth it. The guy was defeated by Meliodas, which is not really that surprising because Meliodas is Meliodas. But then again, this is it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this kind of video. Please do let me know if you wish this to be a standalone video, me commenting on the news every week or every month, if you wish. Mayhaps that's a better option. I believe every month seems to be a good option if you want it to be standalone, or if you prefer that each 7 Deadly Sins video, after I read the chapter, I go and take a look if there's any news on the game, and I'll comment them on the live reaction video. It is up to you. If you guys do not make a decision, I will end up doing it, but please, I always like to hear your opinions in the comment section down below. For now, this is it for today. Tomorrow we'll have One Piece and Boku no Hero Academia. Very, very interesting for both of those, especially Boku no Hero Academia. I know, you weren't expecting for that, but I'm really looking forward for it, especially after Fat Gum's surprise last chapter. See you tomorrow.